am going to show you how to sew 2 seams with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Fold your fabric in half so that is inside out. Use 2 pins on each side to hold in place. Two pins on the right side and 2 pins on the left side. You're going to sew a 1/4 inch from both sides. If you would like, you can use your see-through ruler to measure, mark, and draw your guidelines. I'm going to do it by eye. Go to your sewing machine, make sure your thread and bobbin are placed, and make sure that you thread your machine properly. You are going to start to sew your seam at the fold, a 1/4 inch from the opening. Place it underneath your foot. Turn your hand wheel towards you until the needle is in the fabric. Lower your foot and don't forget to backstitch. You're going to backstitch at the beginning and at the end. Let's go. Backstitch, release, and go. A good guide, in case you don't know what a 1/4 inch looks like, oh, we came to a pin. Place the pin in your pin cushions. A good guide, so that you know what a 1/4 inch looks like, is if the edge of your fabric is lined up with the edge of your foot. Don't go too fast. Another pin. And we're almost at the end. Do not sew past the hem. You do not want to sew past the hem because you want this opening to be available to put our drawstrings. So you are only going to go until you get to the hem, which means definitely don't go by the stitch that you stitched for the hem earlier. If you feel like you want to use your hand wheel to get closer, feel free to do that. I'm right about where I need to stop. Press the back stitch button and go back about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. If your needle is in the fabric, turn your hand wheel towards you, lift up your foot, and pull it out to your left. And snip with your scissors. You are going to repeat that on the other side. Before you turn it inside out, take your shears and cut diagonal on the corners, being careful not to cut the thread. If you cut the thread, you're going to have a hole in the bottom of your drawstring tote. After you cut both corners, turn your drawstring tote inside out and iron.